Oh man, looks like Walmart want to get into the cryptocurrency world. Of course they do. So, the US retail massive behemoth Walmart are looking to develop a digital currency roadmap. So, there's been a leak from LinkedIn of an ad where they're looking to hire a senior director to head up their cryptocurrency division. No doubt. And we know all the big companies are doing this. So we had similar news, was it about a month ago, where Amazon, something was leaked with Amazon, then Amazon had to clarify saying, we're not getting into crypto. Of course you are. At the end of the day, all these retail chains would be silly if they're not looking at a way to accept cryptocurrencies as payment. And the reality is, these corporates, if we wanted to pay in potatoes, they would figure a way to accept our potatoes. And especially given the environment we're in now, what retailer will not be looking to accept our payment in cryptocurrency? So whether it's Apple, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Walmart or any of these other large retailers, they will be planning, it will be on their board agenda to have a cryptocurrency roadmap. How far along that cryptocurrency roadmap they are along is dependent on each company and their success. And ultimately, the ones who are quicker at it will succeed. But they're all they will all need a roadmap, and that's for sure. So any of these companies coming out and saying no, we're not interested in the crypto world, they're just playing games. They are, and we can see that with this ad here with Walmart looking to actively hire a director in the space with experience that can build out their roadmap to help them start accepting payments in the cryptocurrency world. Let's get an update on the crypto markets because we've been doing pretty well. So we can see here, Bitcoin is sitting at 47,386. I think this week could really see a good test of the 50,000 mark. We'll look at the chart shortly. But we've seen some phenomenal gains. I mean, look, as we said, we've looked at this a few times now. 50% over the last 30 days is phenomenal. Now, interestingly, these other altcoins have started to decouple from Bitcoin. So they're moving at their own little pace. Historically, from previous markets, we've seen Bitcoin will run and then the others will follow in solidarity, just at a higher magnitude oscillation. But in this instance, we're seeing each coin kind of take their turn to run. So let's look at this. You've just had Dogecoin, which was staying stable when Bitcoin was running. Last week, we mentioned how Dogecoin wasn't running. Has just had its bump over the last 24 hours of 15% and 30% over the last week. And look at that. Over the 30 days, you're 100% up on your Dogecoin. Funny that for a meme coin, right? So people want to belittle Dogecoin, but you can see it's not going anywhere. It's a 45 million market cap platform. So we need to start taking this seriously if you haven't already. Polkadot had a good move over this week, 20% up. And the key one I want to mention today is Solana. So Solana is an Ethereum competitor, right? So no different how you have Cardano, you have Solana, and they pride themselves on speed and the number of transactions per second and just being an Ethereum alternative. And I think we need to, as investors, come away from this ideology that if we're with Ethereum, we're only with Ethereum. The aim of the game, no different to your stocks, is you need to build a sustainable portfolio. You know, the stock market isn't just Apple or Amazon, pick your favorite and have nothing else. You build a portfolio with clever decisions based on which companies, or in this case platforms, you feel are going to survive. So Solana's pumped now 35% over 24 hours, which is phenomenal, and it's finally, when I last checked it, when I woke up, it was $55, now it's at $61, which is good for my bag of Solana. But it's definitely something you want to be in. I mean, if you look at this, so they're sitting at 17 billion in market cap. Now, if you look at Ethereum's market cap, it's at 385. Okay, so if we said Solana becomes 10% of Ethereum, so that they're a tenth of how good Ethereum are, and they can only achieve 10%, then even now at the current rate, that's 38 billion. Okay, so that's at least another double. That's at least another double for Solana here, despite the pump we've just seen, right? And as Ethereum starts to grow, that 10% for Solana is going to grow and grow and grow. So we need to have that kind of a mindset of, you know, there's not just going to be the one blockchain. There'll be other blockchains, Solana, Cardano. These guys have to prove themselves, and dApps need to be built on there, which people are using. There's no reason that they won't be used, right? We don't just use iOS operating system and not use an Android. There will always be different competitors. Now, no doubt you can pick who you think is going to be the front runner and invest accordingly. But just to have everything in Ethereum or everything in Cardano and nothing else, is a little bit careless. Let's see what else was pumping. So Solana was the biggest one I saw over the last 24 hours. Let's see. Yep. So Solana and Dogecoin are the two we mentioned. Polkadot with a decent move. Matic, another one you need in your portfolio. Link is a good one to have a little bit of as well. All the ones which we've been saying will do well. These are the sensible coins, and ultimately these are the ones that are now moving because they were the ones which got unnecessarily hit. So if you imagine how that works, for a second, you've got your, the most stable, which is your Bitcoin, and then your Ethereum. So when the market takes a downturn, they take a hit, they get plummeted, and so do all the associated altcoins with them. But then the opposite happens when you start to revive. Your Bitcoin will lead the way, Ethereum will follow, and then you're going to get the strong batch of altcoins which follow the mid markets. That's where your Solanas, your Polkadots, your Matic, your Uniswaps will start to emerge, and that's where you can see who's really got substance, because those are the ones that are moving now. This should give you a good indication of where to place your high conviction in your longer term plays outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's have a quick flick through the charts ahead of the week. So this is your Cardano chart. Cardano had a very strong week. We're sitting here at 2.18. I mean, just to think, 13th August there we were 1.7, and coming down here just on the 9th of August, so we're talking, a week ago, we were sat at 1.4. So I know a lot of people that started buying into this at 1.2. I've got a lower cost basis than that because I did buy very early on in the year and slightly a bit before that as well. And I've not sold any. So I've just been accumulating. I've been averaging up as well at times when it's up, and then averaging down during the crash, which we just saw. Not buying any now. It's moved too quickly, too fast. But I do want to see us kind of, let's just flick out to the daily. I do want to see us break this all-time high. That's our next journey here for Cardano, is to really start to climb and test that level there at 2.44. Okay, on Bitcoin, we are sitting pretty at this level. So you can see there exactly that yellow line which I've drawn. Let's come into the 4-hourly, and you can see how we're fighting this level here. So we got rejected the first time here. You can see that rejection there at the 47,850, which I've drawn a long time ago. And we're trying to muster up the courage to go back again. We're still creating higher lows. So let's draw on that next higher low. The ribbon is acting, this EMA ribbon is acting as good support for us here. And we do just want to break this 47,850. And if we can do that over the next couple of days, then the 50,000 mark is in sight for the end of the week. So looking good for Bitcoin. Similarly for Ethereum, let's take a zoom out, and you can see we've managed to break through this 2,900 mark, and now we need to start building towards an all-time high. Now, the Bitcoin getting to 50 versus Ethereum trying to get to all-time highs here are different kind of different objectives here, okay? Because if you remember when Ethereum ran, this run up here was really fast, really steep. So I can see us needing a bit more scaffolding in this region as opposed to just sprinting up there to the 4,300 mark straight away. Even though you can't see much resistance here, I can see us forming new resistances here just to prove that Ethereum is actually worth that price. I think that's important when you do technical analysis. You don't just want to look at patterns and trends, because this would suggest, look, there's not many major resistance here. We can get straight up to the 4,300 mark. I don't think that's necessarily the case. So when you're doing your technical analysis, you want to understand what is the relationship between the bulls and the bears, and what's the psychology here. So we run up so quickly there with Ethereum the first time means that it's not really solidified. Just as quickly as we go up, we can come down. So it's much better to have a slow, steady increase in a stock or a crypto price, which just kind of cements that price. Just the buyers and sellers know Ethereum is above $3,000. We're supposed to be above, and we stay above for a long time. And that really becomes the level that we fight at. And then we fight at the 3,200. Then you fight at the 3,300 and 3,400. Spend time there before climbing higher. Because if you just sprint straight back up, there's no reason you can't just tank back down. Okay, so there you have it, guys. That's the update on the crypto market. Looking forward to a good week. Hopefully we can keep up this momentum barring any FUD, but we always know FUD is around the corner. But we carry on. We don't need Walmart. We don't need Amazon to come out with these, articles telling us what we already know. That we know they're in the crypto space. We know they're working on these things, and that's why we believe in the platforms which we have conviction in. We see where inflation is going. We can see the demise of fiat currencies, and we understand that people are using dApps on Ethereum. They're using NFTs. That's not changed. Gaming is getting more and more popular. We didn't touch on Axie Infinity today, but I would like to do that in a future video. People are playing these games on the decentralized platforms, and that's not going anywhere. So there you have it, guys. That's your crypto update. Have a great week. I'll see you in the next one.